لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. أيها الإخوة والأخوات، سلام الله
السلام
عليكم.
عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد نبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome all of you wherever you are,
الحلقة من برنامج
and welcome you with your program Fatwa Live.
والتي تأتيكم يوم الاثنين الثاني عشر من شهر رمضان المبارك من مسجد مشكاة بمسجد التركي. السؤال الأول في هذه الحلقة قد يبدو
The first question, it might look weird.
ويبدو أنه بديهي، فلماذا يسأل؟ هل يجوز الدعاء
Can you make dua to be freed from the fire?
لقد قيل إن هذا لا يصدق
This will not happen except for those who enter the fire, and then he will be freed from it. So when you are saying you are bear witness and you enter in the hellfire, and you're asking Allah to get you out of it.
الجواب عن هذا أن هذا الدعاء صحيح ومشروع.
This dua is correct, and it has a different understanding than this. The first of all, you want to be freed from entering the hellfire to begin with. The Prophet ﷺ told Abu Bakr, "You are the free from the fire." Did he enter fire and then he's got free? No. For each one, they have two status: one in Jannah, one in paradise. One paradise, one in hellfire. When you die, you're gonna see both situations. This is your seat in the hellfire, and this is your place in the paradise. And this is your place in the hellfire, but because if you died in Islam, Allah gave you a place in paradise. But the disbeliever, he will see his place in Jannah, but if you died on Islam, but you disbelieve, this is your place in the hellfire. And the believer will be more happy, and the disbeliever will be more painful. So be free from the fire. It is free from that place that was prepared for him if he didn't die on Islam. So we will understand at the day of judgment there is no crowding. Every person has a place. For each one, they have two places, one in paradise, one in the hellfire. Also, what is narrated by Bukhari and Muslim, that the Prophet ﷺ said, whomever freed a slave, Allah will free from each one a part of his part from the hellfire, even the private part with the private part. In the hadith of Aisha, there is no day that Allah will free people from the fire except more than the day of Arafah. And he will come close and he will bride himself with the angels and he will say, what did they want? I mean, he prevent him from entering the hellfire. Ibn Uthaymeen was asked this question. The question, oh Allah, free us from our necks from the hellfire. And one of the students said, this dua should not be done because you are already judged that he is among the people of the fire. He said, no, that's not true. If he said, oh Allah, save me from the fire, that he entered it, no. Why he's saying to be free than to be saved? And Allah has people free from the fire, and that's every night. It's for the non-Muslims share
في أموال المسلمين الخيرية هل يجوز
in the good
مال المسلمين
money?
من غير المسلمين
Can the money go to non-Muslim?
أقلية
And they are little in this. I mean, they're minority in here.
ففي كل ذلك
Well, the charity, the normal charity, I mean, it's a wide area. I mean, this is something that Allah Azza wa Jal had told to deal with the civilians, the non-Muslims, in a fairness and a goodness. And Allah Azza wa Jal said in the Quran, Allah did not forbid you from those who did not fight you in the religion, nor did they expel you out of your country or your places, to be fair to them and to be just to them. Allah loves those who are fair and just. But the obligated zakah, that is only for the Muslims, except for that one part. Because it's taken from the rich of the Muslims and returned back to the poor of the Muslims. Mu'adh ibn Jabal said, the Prophet told him that you go to people from the book, invite them to La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, and if they obey to that, then tell them that Allah obligated on them 5 prayers every day and night, and if they obeyed you, tell them that Allah has obligated on them a charity that is taken from the rich and returned back on their poor. If they obeyed you to that,
فإياك وكرائم أموالهم
fear that the best of their money and fear the call of the oppressed. There is no veil, there is nothing to stop the supplication of the oppressed. The only thing that's in the 8th part of the charity, I mean, that's obligated, is the is to give to those that you are hoping that they will not they will not attack the Muslims or prevent any attack, or to have their support to you, to the Muslims, or to make their heart lenient toward Islam. But that's something the ruler in some areas and some areas sometimes, but not for individuals. The next question.
ذهبنا إلى العمرة
We went to Umrah, and before we enter the miqat, one of my daughters, she had her period. She already had the ihram. She knew she's not gonna appear before we leave Mecca to America. So of course, she did not do the Umrah, and we came back to America. What does she have to do? The- she's still on her ihram. Is very attached since she left Mecca. If she go back to Mecca and do that, that is required. And if she can't, and she will have, if she can't, then she will take the rule of the Muslim, which is to slaughter a cat, and then she will be free from her ihram. And she could have done when she made the ihram, and she's afraid it's gonna last. She could have put a condition: if something prevented me, so I am where you prevented me. And she had that condition, so that's what she's supposed to do right now. Someone is asking, I wanted to take a zakat al-fitr for my mother. I want to give her medicine is half of my salary, or half of her salary. The zakat does not go to the origin, not to the mom and dad, nor to the or the grandparents, nor to the kids and the grandkids. Because if they need, we give them from our money, not from the zakah. Except there's no if there is a debt,
أو إن ضاقت موارد
or there is no income to expend, and they don't have anything extra except the zakah.
هذا استثناء آخر وما عدا ذلك
And anything beyond that.
لكن يا ولدي دعني
But let me ask you a question. Zakat al-Fitr, it's very nothing. It's a little bit of food. Even if you have 2, 3 kids, are they really gonna buy medicine? Right, try to think. Zakat al-Fitr is very seldom. It's very little.
أو ما يقربه المفروض عند من 3 إخوة يتيمة فهي لا تغني شيء إذا كان الحديث عن الدواء
If we're talking about medicine and it's high money, so I advise you to take the Zakat al-Fitr to its needy and try to get your more with the dua, with the rules recent, and you could take the Zakah from others if there is no income for you.
ولهذا سبحان الله صدقة الفطر
That's why this Sadaqat al-Fitr is required on all Muslims, male or female, older or young.
لتعم فرح
So the happiness of giving will be experienced by everybody.
الإعطاء للذات
There is a joy for giving.
ولهذا قالوا
That's why they said
صدقة الفطر خذ يوم الفطر
the nisab zakat fitr, whatever you have of food
ويستخلص
of one day and night. And
ذو اتجاهين أسأل الله يا بني أن يمسح على أمك بيمينه
we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to heal your mother.
سؤال آخر شخص اتهم باللواط
Someone is accused of adultery. I mean, sodomy. How does he protect himself?
الرمي باللواط
To be called of sodomy, it's like accusing someone of adultery. It's extremely forbidden, and
أما العقوبة الحدية
the punishment is very severe.
اتفق الجميع على
They said it is forbidden to call somebody for someone free. You don't have 4 witnesses. You have to have 4 witnesses. Any of these accusations. But it is 80 wives. It is on the majority. Abu Hanifa said only in adultery, not sodomy. Whoever did that, he cannot prevent himself from the punishment, except with the witnesses. That Allah showed it's
أربعة ذكور مجتمعين
4 male, not divided.
هيهات هيهات لولا جاءوا عليه بأربعة شهداء
And if they could come before witnesses,
أولئك عند الله هم
these are the liars.
الكثير يقول
Ibn Kathir says, Allah called those who accuse people are liars.
الشهداء فأولئك عند الله هم الكاذبون فالقاذف كاذب ولو كان قد قذف من زنى في نفس الأمر لأنه أخبر
Because he told what he is not supposed to talk about.
حتى لو كان الذي يرميه بالزنا قد ارتكب الزنا بالفعل لأن الأصل أن تستر هلا سترته بضبط ثوبه
Because originally you're supposed to cover him.
أغرى نافذة أن يتبين النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم
Hazan who told me that to admit in front of him what required but he told Al Hazal, if you cover them with your garment, it'll be better for you.
ولو كان قد قذف من زنى في نفس الأمر لأنه أخبر بما لا يحل له الإخبار به
Because he talked about something he's not supposed to.
لأنه تكلف ما لا يحل الشيخ الشنقيطي في أضوائه
Sheikh Shinqiti says,
أجمع العلماء أن بينة الزنا لا يقبل فيها أقل من 4 عيون شهد 3 لم تقبل شهادتهم وحد 3 لأنهم قذفة كاذبون لأن الله يقول والذين يرمون المحصنات ثم لم يأتوا ب4 شهداء فاجلدوهم 80 جلدة لولا جاءوا عليه
So if they would have brought 4 witnesses, if they don't bring the witnesses, these are the liars toward Allah. But the rest of the question is the videos. If the camera already had the scene, no.
قد سئلت اللجنة الدائمة لإفتاء هذا السؤال في حال عدم توافر 4 شهود لإثبات تهمة الزنا وثبتت الجريمة أمام المحكمة.
And in front of the court that there's a witness and there's analysis and somebody in the fingerprints is the person. Is he the punishment of qadhf? And the answer, no, you should not use it even if you use the DNA, because that will benefit that there is, you are making a big assumption. The videos could say there's a meeting, there's 1, 2, 3. The Allah knows His servants and He's more merciful on them than Himself. That's why He put that punishment who did not bring 4 witnesses, because He is knowledgeable and He's wise in His legislation. And also it will prevent people from false accusing, and even if there's, because it's very dangerous. Allah didn't accept except 4 witnesses. But let's make sure you don't understand. This punishment is to the Muslim country, not individual. This is nothing has to do with any of the individuals. So what does he do? To free himself when there is no authority? Repentance. And Allah will help him. And whoever did any of these filthy things, let him cover with Allah's covering. If he's punished, it is will wipe his sins. And if Allah covers, then it is up to Allah. At the judgment, either He will forgive him or He will punish him. Someone said, our masjid, like in our neighbors, they respect us and we respect them. We get some kids to visit us. One of them got very attached to the masjid, and then he asked the imam to give him the shahada, because he's happy if they want to enter Islam. Does he give him that shahada, or he have to ask his parents, because he is a minor? The answer, the masjid of the Muslim and its Islamic centers, open to all people, male, females, youth and old, Muslims and non-Muslims. And we do everything to take care of the elder and the young without breaking the law. And there's a way to guide them, and who will teach them little by little. However, from the bounties of Allah, that we broke any law, you have to speak to someone who is more of an expert in this. Ameen. Last question. A woman is saying She's married 24 years. The husband is very controlling, abusive, betray her, he humiliate her 24/7. She tried to separate. The abuse was so big, and he's gonna make the rest of his age is just to attack her and make her life miserable. Well, for each story there's two sides, and this is one of the parts. I try my best to have the divorce before, but I could not. The question after all these,
لو استطعت أن أقوم بالدفاع عن نفسي لكن هذا سيكون فيه إيذاء
I can protect myself, but this is going to harm him. I will, if I were to tell the people of the problem I have with my nose from him hitting me, I would. This is the story that you told us. If it is correct what you're saying, and it is in your responsibility, and there's nothing for the husband to protect himself,
ما يدفع عن نفسه هذه التهم فله الحق في دفع صيامه يعني الصائم يدفع بأدنى
to
ما يندفع به هذا الصيام
to take the
فإذا لم يندفع الصيام إلا بما ذكرت من الشكايات المطلقة حول ضرب
you could complain about it to the authorities and show what you were hurt. So I hope that you have that part, because if this is the only way to stop his abusive to you. And again, if these are correct information, I'm not responsible for its correctness. If he doesn't have enough to, so if that complaint became the only way to stop the abusive and the aggression, we hope that you have a way to do that. And everybody is responsible for their religion, and with Allah, people will meet. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.